if talent doesn't really get you into the music industry and the publicists can't do the job that they're hired to do, then what do you think artists should be spending their money on, especially given that social media is such a big part of the industry now?
It's very, very hard to have a full-time job to support yourself in 2023 Earth, especially in America. And it's hard to have to compete, in the labor market and then also pursue your passions on the side, thinking that, just doing the best you can is going to be good enough. Because oftentimes it's subjective art, right? Like oftentimes your song is probably better than a lot of songs that are on the radio as far as you're concerned and the people who are like you are concerned. And so, yeah, I think there's a cross section of that. And I do think that like the ultimate cheat code for succeeding in music in today's world is just hire a publicist, hire the best publicist you can afford and give them the most amount of money you can, and they'll get you, you're buying opportunities, every blog that writes about you is an opportunity, and the only way you can capitalize on that is by having a good song. It's if your song's good and a blog puts it out and their readers see it, then like theoretically you should have fans and listeners, but if your goal is to make money in music, I mean, I think, there's enough information out there that, even huge artists will tell you. We were talking before, like you crunch the numbers on like a Bad Bunny song with 1 billion plays. And like, what did he make, $3 or $4 million off it? Like, that's a lot of money, but like, you're like one of the biggest artists on the planet. And like, you're making way less money than people used to make in the 90s as one hit wonders,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a publicist. Yeah. Just keep buying publicity because that's what you want, right? I mean, that's what you need. You need publicity to get your music heard by people who are not immediately around you. Like, I can show you my song today. I can show you all my music. Like we can just listen to it and like I got it to you. And anybody who comes in contact with me, I can share my music with. I don't know that many people. So, it's like, I don't know enough people to just like show my music to be like, oh, now like have like 10,000 plays. So you need publicity. You absolutely need it. And if you're on a label, they're going to help you with that. They're going to take care of that's going to be a large portion of what they do is going to be funding publicity, because the more people who hear your record, the more people who buy it. And that's how a label makes money. It's a simple equation. It's just that, labels don't have the money they used to take risks. Money's not as easy to borrow as it used to be. And again, I think a lot of that is tied to wealth inequality. It's like, you could in the 80s, like it would have been a lot easier for you to, to take out a loan at a bank and start a record label with your friends than it would be now. Like if you go try to go to Bank of America or Chase Bank right now and be like, I need $100,000 to open up a label to put out one record. I want to press 50,000 copies of this record and pay the top publicity company to get it onto one blog. It's going to cost you like $100,000. And it's like, no bank is going to give you the money. They'll give you the money if you're rich already. If you come from wealth and you already have money and you have collateral and like you have good credit and you want to take out a business loan. Yeah. But if you're just an average person in the world, that's who you're competing with. You're competing and you're competing with people, like I said before, who like are disingenuous about who they are. It's like, I don't think they have to come out and be like, so everybody knows, like my father was so-and-so and, I have this much in my trust fund, so like I can keep this up a long time. You know how many people I know, like the best musicians I know, some of the best songwriters that I've ever seen, people who I've played with, like, at other bands at shows like my entire life, like so many people, you just get to a certain age and you just can't swing it. You can't justify it. You still have your life, like, right? Like everybody, the whole point of work, or should be, right, is to like have some kind of nice work balance where it's like, your work is rewarding. You make enough money to have the things that you want or need. And then in your free time, you get to you start a family or enjoy your time with your friends. And like, at some point, if you're not making money in music, like you do have to just get a job. Like, because what if you don't have money, if you don't have a trust fund, what else are you supposed to do? Like, it's like we live in a country that like requires us to make money to survive. I mean, where we live is very expensive. Most cities are very expensive. You know, I don't know how you live in New York City and pursue music on a daily basis without having, you know, some kind of financial help. It's, you know, not, you can't do it during the day without having, you know, how can you work on music during the day unless you have a night job, you know? So yeah, I mean, just spend your money on publicity. It's the best shot you have nowadays. Cause like, I just don't think touring's practical, right? Like, how much gas are you willing to burn and how much time are you willing to take off of work? You know, it was easier when I was 19 and I could like go to my retail job and say like, I need 2 weeks off. And they go, oh, you can't do that. And I go like, I quit because I'm 19. I live at home and like, I'll just get another retail job. That's very easy to do. 30-year-old people with families and bills, like that's not practical. It's, you know, I think you just have to be smart about like, if you're going to spend money in music, I think, you know, you just have to prioritize. Do you want a great sounding record? You know, like, okay, then you have to spend money on a studio. And if you want that record to reach people, you have to spend money on PR. It's like, there's no other way around it. Like, otherwise you're going to do the work of a publicist, which is a person who gets paid a salary, right? Like, you're going to do their job for yourself. So either like you're going to be your own publicist and it's going to be a full-time job, or you're going to hire somebody as their full-time job to do it for you. So